Let's do it. Let's get into this, guys. Music off. And, you know, only default skins here because they're on PTS and they've not fully relished the opportunity to color themselves up. So it is base at base with a nice victory there. Been pretty convincing, it seems, versus Tox, and convincing here versus Agent. These guys are pretty back and forth with each other. It's really, really difficult to tell which way this is going to go. Keep us updated, Squeezy Toy, by the way, as to who wins that one. It'd be good to know. As someone said, Malvo is streaming that game down in the lower bracket.
Round begins in 3, 2.
Guys, let's go.
Fight.
Alright, winner bracket final. I'm on Agent to start with. He's quickly establishing some position onto the rockets, and he's going to dart back over and get that mega. No drama for him. He's trying to hear some noise. He heard a weapon respawning, I think, which was a small little clue to work with. Doesn't finish the job on the turret because he wants to make sure they can chase away from rockets. This is a really nice move from him. Chase all the way. He has to get rid of a turret at the same time. Agent almost dies. He doesn't go for the light armor, in fact. He realizes he has to be so quick. He had already decided that he was going to the heavy, so didn't want to revert back, even if he could have got some extra stack, just in case there was a chance to get to that mega in time, too. Oh, White Feather, thanks very much for the 3 months, buddy. Some turret on turret action. Base of sort of semi-standstill dodge. Well, down below, I think he wants to chase this one through. In fact, he knows that the mega's not up for a little bit of time, so... Can he hold on, though, for a couple of extra seconds? The start to shotgun. Agent was really hoping that he wouldn't come back in for that. Pretty furious fighting actually going on in Mega Room. Agent with a favorable stack looking to mark his position. One rocket left. Not going to hit a whole lot. But I think he's spotted Agent backing away. The base is not safe. Far from that, in fact. Oh, what a rail shot. Oh my god. Sidestepping across these rockets. He's just half a meter from death. Somehow base is still managing to play such an intelligent positional or defensive game, should I say, on a map as small as this. I personally think this has got such a good flow in Timelimit Duel. There's not going to be a mega for a while. He does manage to ensure that he drops away from... He might get chased down, so he needs to get across the corner. So stop and start my sentences. So this is the winner bracket finals, Springfield. But it's not the last game of the tournament, because there's a lower bracket to go through. The last game of the day will be the grand finals. And we're doing a double best of 3 format with that. I think next time I do the ZLive Duel Series, I think I might make it a best of 5 at the end. I think it'll be really interesting to see what people play with when... If we get to like a 5th map, you're going to have to get rid of like 8 champions from the pool, plus 2 champions banned at the beginning. Agent pushing across. He's now 3-1 up. Right after spawn, he's going to find another. Does he want to commit through the teleporter? Again, Agent just doesn't really go to rail room. He's like, I'm willing to sacrifice the fact that I don't have a rail to make sure I have an upper hand positionally elsewhere. And as long as he's not getting beaten too hard on that long range game. Because there's only like angles here that you've got to watch out for. Some snappy shots from top to bottom in Mega Room. They're going behind. Oh no, he dropped down. Okay. Actually, this might be a little bit tricky now. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge opportunity for base. Even if Agent gets onto the Mega, base should be able to have this heavy. Let's see if he drops for it. Done a lot of damage. Oh, he stays up the top the whole time. I think if he cut him off a little bit, and he could have possibly had a, strangely, a more even fight. Oh my god. Rocket into LG. Basically 100%. You know, just after you seeing Agent, base playing so well versus Tox, like, Agent just still has another level he can take it to. Again, this is a map that he's very, very good at. But base didn't get rid of it. Base is not bad here either. Boulder asking for no bans next time. I would like to test it out. I agree. There will not be a ZLive Duel Series for North America because you guys have got a lot of things going on already over there. I don't want to run into, again, your already busy schedule. But anyway, we've got base. He's managed to get himself back into this a little. He's going to drop and get himself the heavy armor. Just missing out on a rail. Start a shotgun. Oh, okay. He did loads of damage just there. ZLive Duel Series is here, you know, not just as something fun for the community to be involved in, but it's to help the European competitors be better than the North Americans. Oh, he's hurting, and Eisen's making those weird squelchy noises, demonstrating his injuredness. And Suit has a bedtime. Yeah, Modus, that's also a very good point. Not bad dodge that we had from Agent, but base is still trying to get himself into this. Turret asserting its almost dominance. EU better than any? No, definitely not. That's why we need these cups on. This noises are just hilarious. And he's just going to try and bring the lead back to his dominant favor that it kind of was previously. Just going to push right through. That turret means nothing to me. Just sidestep away as those turret bolts miss. And Agent's just cleaning up off the spawns right now. 2.5 minutes to go. Is base going to be able to make his challenge of this? That's a lot of damage from base. Okay, base. This is maybe the last hurrah. Maybe we're not quite there yet. I like the little shoulder peek from base. That was hot. Oh, he switches away. I'd love if he kept it out. Chasing all the way. Again. So low on health, he's going to risk it. He's missing the shots. Oh my god, 27 health. Oh, the turret. Okay. Agent's a little far away still. No, maybe not. And base has decided, nope, can't risk it. It's too much. And that rail could have hurt too. Agent's got so much stack to go with. 4 frags to get in 1 minute and 20. It's doable. If you're on fire. Oh my god, the rocket, he got through there. Another one, somehow, Agent keeps the dream alive. But Agent's got the heavy spawn. Agent doesn't go for it. He goes forward without even picking up the item. This is such a weird turn of events. The 4 frags to get now. Don't think this is going to be possible anymore. So weak. Rockets. Almost like homing missiles, at least those previous ones. 13-8. Tox crushed Sirius, by the way. Interesting. Okay. So Tox should go versus the winner of Wenger and Razy. Just a lot of hundreds coming out. One HP remaining, but there's also 1 second remaining. Which means that Agent is going to take the map. And with Vale, yeah, I think you'd kind of expect him to take Vale. He's one of the better Vale players, I'd say, in all of Europe. I'd maybe even say he's the best Vale player in all of Europe. So I'm super curious, because talking about these bans and whether they should have bans or not, I'm going to make a straw poll. Should there be champion bans in Timelimit? Yeah, in ZLive Duel Series. Yes, no. So just knee. Let me just admin this, and then I'm going to throw this out because I'm very curious of the results. We're going over to Awoken. Because, interestingly, so many people at the beginning were like, there needs to be champion bans. See, there needs to be champion bans. As soon as Time Limit Duels releases, like, oh, this is great, but competitive duel, there needs to be champion bans. Is that the case? Do we need champion bans? Because if you look at, okay, you don't have this rule set where you have to pick a new champion after one map because you've already used your ranger pick for map 1, so you've got to use different champion for map 2. That kind of spices it up a little bit. So I'm wondering if people are thinking, well, if you're doing that, do we need the initial ban? I am an officer, Boing. Let's see what the votes are in the end. Should there be champion bans? Yes, 34%. No, 60. See, it's not entirely clear cut. It's definitely not clear cut. Yo, Worf, if you do exclamation mark prize pool, the everything is there on the information. We've passed the initial goal, so all money now is going in towards future ZLive Duel Series Cups. So huge thanks to everyone who's been donating, everyone who's thinking of donating as well. You guys are awesome, and it looks like we have prize money for more content. Maybe have bans that don't force champ change. See, that's where this is so situational then. We go. Go. This is what we're doing. So Agent won the first. I do not know what they were talking about previously. See, I think there's so many possible different rule sets you can have now, and certainly things in North America have been experimented with. It's like, to be honest, it's probably kind of stupid of me to put a poll there with just a yes/no answer when there's so many like alternatives. It's not just, I guess, in the context of having champions where you ranger first map and not second or third or fourth, fifth. This is best of 5. You know, if I was really specific, this would make a bit more sense.
Prepare to fight.
So I don't know. I need to I need to have a think. And obviously, if you want to come to the ZLive Discord and feedback about it, then I'm more than happy for that. Because it's hard for me to keep up with so much of you guys chatting. Although I love you guys being here. Guys, we're in map 2. We have got Agent and Base. Base is on his map pick now. Let's see if he can do to Agent what he did to Tox. To Tox, he did it with the Ranger, but now with Visor, he's looking absolutely fine going LG only, essentially. Oh, the direct. Looking for another little bit of a splash at the feet, but that is all for the moment. Yo, Warp, thanks so much for those 25 bucks, man. Really, really appreciate it. We will do our best. I'll try to get a little bit more advance notice for the next cap. Little flick. Oh, almost getting the next one. I think Stone got in the way, but didn't have that. Agent going down blind. He's trying to fake a rocket jump or something. That was interesting. Trying to fake that he's maybe going over towards the tribal. Or maybe reading into it too much. But it looked like he was trying to play with the information that he was giving Agent then. So we won 5-2 over Sirius on Blood Run. Galena. That's Tox beating Sirius. 5-2 Blood Run. Galena. And you gain more loyalty points just by watching. Oh, Rocket trying to get it at the floor to get some mega health and time. Looking down to... and crouching maybe. Narrow his hitbox a little bit. So you get more loyalty points by watching and things like that. But if you're a subscriber, then you get more points per 5 minutes, I believe. I think you get some points as well if you donate or gift sub or cheer or whatever it is. There's so many little things to it, I don't even really fully understand. That fadeaway. Still looking so good at the beginning, and he's looking good, so good now, but it's a lot of damage, just not a lot of frags. Agent's keeping himself alive. Both of them finding the resources they need to keep going. However, Base might be in a bit of trouble now. There's good zoning outplay from Agent. Oh, the rocket jump is botched a little bit, but he's still... I don't know why he didn't keep the LG out, actually. It looked so good to begin with, and so much fumbling for Agent. Really feels like Base could have done more, but he's very disciplined, and it looks like he was already prepared to back off and didn't want to change his mind. Oh, this is bad. Agent is going to come back in this. It's 1 for 1. Playing without sound, Serious. Did you turn the sound down on your headphones by accident again? Oh, that pillar. Did he run out of that LG? Okay, because he had the crate by him, and I saw him have 50 LG after. So that makes more sense. Thank you for the eagle eyes. 2 rails in a row. He's still pushing a little bit. 3 rails in a row. You're going with that shotgun. Base is like, I've done so much damage to you. Now, Base feels like the way he's been playing, if he got hit by one of those rails, he would have just invested health into rocket jumping away or something rather than pushing forward. I feel like there's a subtle difference between the players. This time he pushes in a little bit too far. Agent, despite getting hit by another rocket, does commit with the LG. Very risky from Agent, actually. But he's tied up the game before the halfway mark. Well, he's got to deal with Base. He's got a pretty massive stack. almost at his feet. Okay, so Agent's just turn this around a bit. Piercing sight was used, but he can return fire. He's not really doing anything with this information, though. I would like to have seen Agent maybe press the issue a bit. So it is roughly that he's up here. Rocket helping him commit. LG eventually finds a target. And that's an excellent super shotgun switch. Might be nerfed on damage, but when your opponent's only got 1 HP, then you should be fine. Agent just gets perfect timing. Doesn't risk it. Knows that there's LG to go against. Base has got the better LG of the two, I'd say. Oh, he can't find anything there. He's still got a light for himself. A lot of Mr. Else for Agent. Yo, Rec 9. Cheers for the $10, man. There will be more. Looking for the mid-end. No! No, no, no. That lightning gun or something else, or even wait so that he lands, get that guaranteed damage. But you know, Base is hitting so much LG himself. Thanks again, Rec 9, man. Hope you'll keep joining them as well and playing. I hope that you had fun today. Still so close. Agent could possibly lock this winner bracket final down in 2 maps. We're starting to work harder than he had to against Tox. Since he was spending a lot of that time protecting a lead on Awoken. So he didn't have to. I'm not saying he didn't have to work hard, he absolutely did. Not committing over to the heavy and losing out on that armor. This makes it quite awkward for him at the moment, but he's weaved his way out during that rail reload. Well, never mind. Any benefit he may have gained is gone. Omega does show up in the end. Heavy will be soon. At the moment, they can play a patient game because no one's chasing a lead. There's no like sense of urgency. The sense of urgency really should be with Base, considering he's been better stacked. He's been doing better damage. He needs to get something for the work that he's done, and the Agent gifts it to him on a plate with the assistance of some pretty sick rockets. And look at that. Base knows exactly how the spawns are working. Agent goes in for the pummel, but he knows he's in trouble. And that's what I'm not seeing so much from other European players. I have a big sample size of what's going on. But this spawn forcing, it's always been a big part of Quake. And we need to see in Quake Champions everyone catching up. If you want to be a competitive player, you need to spend an hour or two at least on the maps, if not each map, learning how to force spawns in certain ways and where a player is likely to spawn based on where you are positioned, even if you're not going for that spawn, for the spawn kill, even if you're just trying to survive. Now, I won't speak from problem. Well, any other Europeans are not doing it, but I don't think they're doing it as much as Base and Agent. They're the ones that have been most obvious about how they're doing it. Base, though,
1 minute warning.
He's got a minute to hold on to this. Agent's got to get all over him. LG, there's a mega for him. Good rockets, but Agent has got stack to work with. And we'll go with him. Base doesn't even hang around to get the heavy. He's just absolutely out of there. Little clip on that. Oh, missing out the rail is such an important shot to hit if he wanted to come back in this. It hits one. There's the mega spawn. He is going to go for it. Base is still there. He has heard him. He needs to use piercing sight and just go for it. He misses the shot, and that is going to be Base able to get away Good defensive damage. And Agent maybe just not... He had to take more risks at the end, I think, and he kept going back for items. He was up by Connector, and he went back down for the Mega when he could have gone across Connector for the Light, and he had enough stack to try and contest something. Base puts us to a tiebreaker. Okay, we go over to Blood Covenant next. And there's a pretty decent amount of champion bans now. We've got no Visor, no Galena, no Eisen, and no Ranger, I want to say. Wait, is there no Visor? Is Tox versus Wenger going to be up? I think Malvo might be streaming it. I think that's going to go ahead. Because we're starting to get late. Otherwise, I'd hold that game, but I think they can crack on. But that's a good game. That best of one's pretty sick. But we'll see the winner of that on this stream go versus the loser of this next map. So Base is going Anarchy, and Agent is going Nyx. Oh, have they already started? All right, keep us updated on what's happened with that. I've got to feel like Agent's going to do better off of this with Nyx. I'm worried for Agent on Anarchy, but we saw Zron do pretty well on Anarchy before. So who knows? Who knows? And Base has been practicing on the PTS a decent amount. Guys, let's do this. Let's see if Base or Agent is going to make it through to the winner. Sorry, to the grand final. We're at that stage. No, Base! Well, he'll give up on that. He'll have to get rail another day. I'll kind of prevent Agent from getting up to the top. Oh, a little bit of self-damage. I'd like to see the injection used. Use the injection. Use the injection. Use the injection. This looks like he's struggling a little bit with the... oh, just missing out on that. There is still the Ghost Walk available. But he just seemed like he's struggling with the movement a little bit. I don't know how often I see him on Anarchy, though. I swear not that much is the answer. This seems like a champion that is really counter his style. But in another way, it's interesting to see someone who's got such a different style you'd normally associate with Anarchy playing it to see how it's maybe possible. I still feel like he should be using that injection more often than he is. Okay, he's using it now for the chase. It looks like it's very deliberate. He wants that speed boost, which is unusual. You can still stack up a little bit to late game, but he's far more vividly making it for that injection of acceleration. was like, please spawn. I want you up now. Tox leading 7-2. Now I'm seeing 7-3. Sounds like Venga. Is that Venga, by the way, that he's playing against, or Razy? Oh, nasty amounts of damage. Injection does come out for a second. No frags. We've got 2 light champions, and they're still fairly slow, but we've got one very defensive player and one pretty defensive player. $7-5 now. Okay, Venga is coming back then. So it's difficult for Base to overcommit in a fight where he could go weak and then Agent could suddenly go invisible. There's so much more time now between injection and when you can start shooting again. Looks like Base needs to get away. Not tempted by the light armor. There is the heavy up, but Agent gets his pick of the litter. Even though Agent has got a stack advantage, it's tough to call. Okay, with that rail, I really want to call Agent. And then I just feel like it's too weird of a champion pick for Base. One shot is going to use the injection, try to get out of there a little bit. There's going to be the heavy soon, but there's no way he can keep that position. He's being chased regardless. Agent didn't go for the heavy. It looked like Base hadn't really recognized that. And still with that air control, Agent is almost forced to play fairly reactive. We're basically spamming through the teleporter and Base gets in the way of that. That board is pretty loud. Well, Base is fully overstacked. I don't know what he's got like in the way of weapons though. It's just been found. He really needs the rockets to make the best of everything. Toxin Vega tied 7-7 now. Jesus. What map are they playing, by the way? Ghost Walk out. This is weird how you'd associate this with like a fast game, the champions. I don't know if you like put them together, but I mean, when you do, it's just been the total opposite. So if an agent dies, he's just so weak off the spawn, especially if you invest a Ghost Walk early. Oh my god, that rail was insane. He looked almost surprised to have landed it. They're unawoken. Holy crap, that's Agent hitting all of these. Took his time over that. I could have had that too. So nice from him. Looking to guarantee himself top 2 unless Base can do something special. We had sudden death earlier, I reckon. Between, I don't remember who it was between. Between Tox and Pakawa, actually. Agent doesn't really need to push that, so he gets a rocket at the end and it's like, oh, I kind of wish I did push. And Base has just been eating rails the whole time. I can't believe that Agent is hitting such sick shots, actually. This is rail accuracy is 37%. He's fired a decent amount. He's just hit a decent amount too. Base is just really struggling to get close to him. Oh, just waiting for it. What? Did he keep hitting them? Oh my god. That'd be between his own legs. Whoa there. Okay. Yeah, that definitely calls for the piercing. Sorry, for the ghost walk. Just come right back in, but base is low on HP. And now it's 2 minutes. It's going to go down for LG. Agent knows exactly where he is. He's got more than enough resources to work with. He's still just trying to close that gap physically on the bridge. I gotta say, the Anarchy's been largely uninspired unless he can do something out of this world in the following minute and a half. He's gonna have to wave goodbye to, yeah, Heavy. Oh my god, what? What were those rockets? So he's got Mega, which he really has to go for. He needs that speed boost, even though he doesn't gain that much HP from it. Just tell that Agent just wants that Ghost Walk back and available. A minute to go. There is the Heavy. He might try and rocket jump up to get Rail and then go from there. Okay. He's heard him. Right behind. Time to chase. There's still time, actually. There's still time. Oh, the flick! 2 frags between them. Mega health up. I think he knows that he's there. He knows that he's there. Oh, he misses the rocket jump, though. He's got to rocket jump forward. He's got no other choice. Oh, he messes it up a little bit, and it looks like just as finally base comes alive, it's just too little time to go. Had a rail angle, but Agent is going to the grand finals. Base is going to play the winner of Tox and Venga. Really, really nice, Agent. Really, really nice. Alright, just sorting out those overlays. Agent who takes it in the end. What an absolute beast.